What's up there, misfits? Welcome to Pages of Ascension. Of course, welcome back. If you've been kicking it with your girl for a little bit, so this is going to be reading for the sign of Sagittarius. All right, this reading is intended to resonate for the next 30 days from whenever you watch it. Now, this is not a typical reading in which I am using tarot. I use the Norman and the Kipper systems as the primary deck, and I get a little bit more information at the end with the tarot. So if you stick around, it might end up being, you might get something out of it, okay? So a little bit of fine print while I'm getting your cards out. I am an adult. I do use adult language. So if that's something that bothers you, this is the perfect time to exit stage left. There's plenty of kick-ass readers here on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that you can find someone that uses the language that you prefer, okay? So as far as pronouns, go with what you identify as. This is an inclusive channel. There's that. All right. And if you're looking for a personal reading, my website should be somewhere up on your screen now. Go ahead and head over there and take a peek around. Okay. So, all right. And there we go. So we got everything out. So first thing I want to say is, as I was sitting down to do these readings, what I usually do to prepare for these readings, there's an extra emphasis on cleansing. So some of you, I would say many people in the collective need to do some type of spiritual cleansing work, all right? And Sag, I'm feeling like that's especially so for you because I suddenly started feeling incredibly thirsty when I was tuning into your energy. So some of you actually might be dehydrated and need to drink a little bit more water, okay? All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so we've got the book and anchor, rider, sun, and tree. Okay, so there's some type of information I feel like that's been held from you. And it's starting to become very, very clear. It's like there's some answer that you've still been seeking or searching for, some type of knowledge that you've been trying to gain, and it's like it's been elusive to you. I feel like that's something that's coming in, okay? It could be coming in to you from a person, in the form of a person here with the writer, but it could also mean just the illumination of this information is going to be coming in very quickly for you, okay? For some of you, it is regarding health, because we have the tree here, but also in that same instance, the tree for me can also stand for family and family roots. So it could be you're learning something about your family that you had suspected but didn't have any evidence to back up, and now that knowledge is finally coming to you, okay? So let's go ahead and dig into the kippa and see what else we've got. Yeah, if there was a concern about health, I think you're going to be fine. The sun sitting next to the tree, what it tells me is if there was some type of illness that was going on in your body, that you will get an answer to what that is. Okay, so go see a doctor if you've been holding out. Yeah, that's interesting. So I feel like this lack of knowledge has kind of kept you in a loop. So it's almost the Eight of Swords energy. We've got imprisonment and adjudication. So it's waiting to get some information from a higher authority. But this is feeling like a very spiritual reading in and of itself for you, Sag. More so than being kind of rooted here in the 3D. So I almost feel like this adjudication card is more like the information coming in the form of a download. Or like part of the information coming in the form of a download. Or you thinking about a certain person and being prompted to reach out to them as a download, and you get that information that you're seeking by something that this person says, okay? That's interesting. That's really interesting. You know, because there's been some concern that you weren't going to be able to get this information or find out whatever it is you need to. This could be like genetics. Like you're trying to figure out where a certain like genetic mutation or something comes from in your family that your doctor has discovered, like trying to trace the history of that. And you're going to figure out the right person to talk to in your family who's going to be able to tell you some information on that, okay? So, like, change is coming. For some of you, it's for in your love life. So it's just possible you and a lover are, you know, packing up your bags and you're moving. You're moving in together. You're moving somewhere else. Like your family is being uprooted and moving somewhere else. There's not really a whole lot more I'm getting from that, so we're going to go ahead and move on. Because, yeah, I'm not seeing this as, like, you're leaving one person to be with another person. I'm just not getting that energy at all. But that's also what that could mean. So, you know, there's that. So whoever this person is that is coming in, or this information that's coming in, this is someone I'm going to say who's very mercurial. With this Thief and this Thoughts card. Gemini, Virgo, perhaps. But this is someone who the truth is hidden within the riddles, and the truth can sometimes be hidden within the lies that they tell. So this is someone who can possibly fib a lot. They might like to mind fuck you. Just because it's fun for them. And it causes you to sometimes think or even overthink. And again, this is that Eight of Swords energy that I said I was picking up. They may sometimes cause you to overthink about things. And I feel like with this person, the truth is almost, it's like, what is it, Occam's razor? The most likely explanation is the explanation, or is what it is. Keep that in mind as this person comes in with this information, or as you're reaching out to them in the hopes of getting some type of information, that the truth is kind of hidden in plain sight. Okay? Okay, how about the sun? Tell me about the sun. Okay, so work is looking good. Yeah, I feel like wherever you're at right now, you're going to be there for a while. I would say that this is a job that you actually enjoy a little bit. Yeah, and I'm seeing longevity there, so everything looks good on the work front as far as I can see, but we'll see what else comes out when I get to the tarot cards, okay? Distant horizons and journey. Okay, so that puts this a whole plot twist on this. You're about to travel very far away from home, and I feel like this is in an effort to trace down this family stuff, this family information that you're looking for. This is almost like someone who's doing like a genealogy on their family tree, and they're like, they discover, oh, well, we had family in Eastern Europe, so I'm going to go to Eastern Europe and, you know, see what I can find there. Or I'm going to go to France and look in their archives and see what I can find about my long lost family member. I've never gotten that before. This is really interesting. But I do feel like in an effort to figure out either what's going on with you health-wise, or to figure out some missing parts in your family tree, there is going to be some long-distance travel potentially required for you, okay? Because you feel like not having this information is just keeping you in a loop, and it's keeping you stuck in your head, and you want to know, you know, where does this come from? Where do I come from? That type of thing, okay? So let's go ahead and look at what your soul's trying to get through to you. Seek the symbols and decipher their meaning. So again, like I said, this is imprisonment and adjudication with the book. It's almost feeling like it's a download of some sort that comes from spirit that says you need to reach out to this specific person, whoever this writer is. It's possible that the synchronicity of this is that as you're getting this download about you know, someone's going to come in, this information is going to come from someone else. Suddenly this person shows up at your door and they give you a riddle, and then from that riddle you start seeing synchronicities that leads you to the answer about trying to figure out this genealogy and where you need to go to get more information. Okay, so the advice that Spirit has for you for the next 30 days is Canas. So torch, light, knowledge. What did I say? It will guide you on your way and help illuminate what is hidden. Helps you to gain knowledge. Interesting. I'm going to actually go ahead and read the full description out of this because I think it's going to be beneficial for y'all. So it says, Kenaz represents the torch, carried in hand to lighten the path. Light is powerful. With its brightness, it can illuminate the shadows, bringing what was once feared into a normal gaze. We have always been attracted to the light. It brings warmth and allows us to clearly see things as they really are. Kenaz allows you to gain this power to push the negatives of the dark back so that you can see clearly. Do not fear the dark. Shine your light, the torch onto it, and allow yourself to understand it more clearly. This is something I actually say in my dark night readings. It's towards the end, and it's this idea of darkness is really only the absence of light. So this secret, or this thing that's hidden that you don't know about, that you're trying to get information from, you are going to get this information. But part of it is you may need to step away. How do I put this? Sometimes we can be so close to something that we have to take a step back in order to get the full perspective of what's going on, what information that we might be missing, okay? So I'm feeling like you're being called to take almost a half step back and let Spirit step in, okay? So let's go ahead and look into your tarot and see what else we can get for you. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, it's a toss-up. For some of you, this has to do with health. And then for others of you, this has to do with genealogy, because you're trying to figure out where you come from, where your family comes from, whatever it is that has ignited that interest in you suddenly, okay? And you're just in your head about it, the star. Okay, so I feel like this person who's coming in might be an Aquarius. I said that mercurial energy, which would typically be Gemini or Virgo, so they could have those placements. But air signs are very communicative, okay? And I do feel like with the star, it's the hope. You are going to get this information. So try not to feel so defeated that it's taking so long to connect the dots. You will connect the dots, okay? And for a lot of this, I'm feeling it's divine timing, okay? You do have a guide on your side, though, helping you through this, okay? So take a half step back and let them step in and help lead the way, all right? All right, 5 of Swords. So for some of you in this search, and I'm speaking more to the genealogy side of this than the health side of this, there's been, or actually no, maybe not necessarily. Maybe for some of you, you've noticed a genetic pattern of people in your family having like anger issues, or there always being a lot of discord or something, and you're trying to find the root of what that is and why that is, why that happens. And whatever this answer is, whatever this knowledge is that you're seeking, is going to provide some answers for that. But again, take a half step back. Let's just Spirit take a full step forward, okay? So we've got 9 of Wands and 6 of Swords over Anchor, Lovers, and Change. So yeah, this is kind of doubling down on that energy that you and a partner are considering moving somewhere. It's possible that you're looking at moving overseas to a completely different country, but everybody's situation is going to be a little bit different, okay? But yeah, I do feel like wherever you are right now, you feel like there's a little bit too much discord for your taste, and you're ready for a new energy to be in. So I do feel like the both of you have probably talked about this extensively, or will talk about this extensively over the next 30 days, and ultimately end up deciding to go ahead and pick up shop and move somewhere else, okay? So over Rider, Thief, and Thoughts, we've got 5 of Pentacles, the Hermit, Nine of Cups, and the Tower. So whoever this person is that's coming in, and again, I say they've got it, it's almost trickster energy, that they've kind of got that aura around them. And that's not saying that they're necessarily a bad person. That's just their operas mundi, if you will. Okay, that's just the way that that's the way they move through life, full of riddles. But I do feel like the information that they provide for you is going to cause a big change, because it's along the lines, I would say, of what you were expecting, but probably not to the extent or depth of what you were expecting. Now, on a side note, I do have to mention with this thief card that it can often represent an actual thief. So be very careful if you let this person into your home. Don't leave your valuables out, because they're not above jacking you. Okay, and that could in and of itself be a Tower moment. They could be somebody who indulges in a lot of substances. They might drink a lot. They might have some substance abuse or chemical issues. Okay, and that also could be something that you discover, is how far back chemical imbalances, I would say mental issues, may go back within your family. Okay, and that's its own Tower moment here. And I'm focusing like on the apple tree here. Apple is the fruit of knowledge as far as where I sit. Okay. Oh, Hermit. So Virgo. There's that Virgo energy or Mercurial energy popping up again. So this person could have a combination of Virgo and Aquarius in their chart. Do you see those go flying? I'm only keeping the one that turned over, which is the Chariot. Okay. So if you were considering moving for a job, I feel like that's good. That's a good choice. At least that's what I'm seeing here with the Chariot. I want to get another card though. Hang with me just a moment as I pull one more card out. Gotta get my shuffle on, since they, like, you know, flew across the room like frisbees. Okay. What else do we have to go with this Chariot? Sun, occupation, and pathway. What else is there? What more can you tell me? Oh, okay. So, in picking up and getting ready to uproot your life wherever you are to move somewhere else. Now, Seven of Cups is a tricky card, okay, because it can talk about again, this idea of the 7 deadly sins, right? But for me, it's always also meant the illusion of choice. Like having all these things in front of you and thinking, oh, well, I can choose this, I can choose that, I can choose that, or I can go there. I mean, I can do that cup or that cup. And really, there isn't as much of a choice as you're thinking. Not if you want to get onto a certain path. There really is only one choice. So for you and your partner, as you're going back and forth about whether or not you want to pick up and move, you know, thinking, okay, well, we could just move to the next town over, and that might provide this. We might have an easier time there, or we could, you know, move over to that town or that city or that county. And what I'm seeing here is literally y'all might actually have to pick up, completely uproot, and move out of state. At the very minimum. At the very minimum, we're talking out of state. Out of tri-state area even. We're talking like cross the country, across the world type of movement, okay? And I do feel like if that's done, the position or the job that you will get, whatever it is that brings in money for you, is I'm not going to say it's going to be like super lucrative, but it will be stable. All right. And I feel like stability is the main issue here with the anchor. With the anchor, y'all are ready to really set down roots and have some type of stability for yourselves. And where you are is not necessarily allowing that to come into fruition. Okay. So in our last pile here with Journey, Distant Horizons, and the Tree, we've got the High Priestess. So we're going to stop there. Because for me, when the High Priestess comes hard. She does. She comes hard with it. But when the High Priestess comes out, it's always saying, look at your intuition because the answer is already within you. So whether this is regarding you needing to completely uproot your life and move somewhere, or in the search of this genealogy or genealogical information, or even if it's like something regarding your health, the answer is already within you for what you need to do in order to move forward. Okay, Sag? So with that, we're going to go ahead and leave it here. Thanks so much for watching. If you're looking for a personal reading, head to the website that is up on your screen. And with that, your peace is your power, and I'll see you next time. Bye.